Welcome friends to the vid. I hope you're having a good day today. And in today's video, I want to talk about DPDR and trigger events, what they are and what you can do about them. And for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dan and I help people overcome their anxiety and their DPDR using coaching. And if you are a subscriber, then welcome back. So when I say trigger event, I mean an actual physical event that actually happens that can trigger your DPDR anxiety to come on stronger, or if something that you think is happening can cause it to happen. And so, for example, if you fell into the panic attack cycle or DPDR anxiety after smoking weed, then when you might smell other people smoking it or you might see other people doing it, that might bring up for you a sense of fear, a sense of dread, and you're wondering and worrying about, well, what if it comes on? What if I have a panic attack now? And all those other thoughts. So essentially it's an anchor point, okay? You've sort of anchored some event or some thought in your life to DPDR happening. And so why this anchoring and these trigger events are so important is because you put so much importance to them. Obviously, they've had a big impact on your life, and so you're naturally gonna wanna try and avoid them in the future. Because you see, we instinctively move away from pain and we move towards pleasure. So your gut, every cell in your body is going to be telling you to move away from this. And so you're putting a lot of weight and a lot of emphasis on these thoughts, which is why it's so important to you, which is why you try and avoid it, which is one of the things which is keeping you in the cycle. So let's talk about anchoring. So obviously you can anchor pretty much anything to anything. Good memories, bad memories, to people, to places, to things, to times, to smells, to whatever. You know, it's like when you hear something and it brings back a memory, you know, you've anchored it to that. And so with DPDR and anxiety, you can also anchor all this negative stuff. And so there's a couple of things you can do. And the first one is called collapsing an anchor. And I can't really do it right now on the video because it's very specific about you and your situation, and it does take a little bit of time. So you can do a bit of research if you want about how to collapse an anchor. But also the second thing that you can do is actually be aware that this is an anchor and this is a trigger for you. And I know that you might say, well, I already am aware. I already know that if I stay at home by myself in the dark, that I'm incredibly scared and I hate it. But you could look into why specifically that is. You know, is it that being at nighttime makes you feel more frightened because, you know, movies might portray bad things happening at night? Was it actually that you had your first panic attack at night in your house? And in this moment where you are sort of feeling this sense of dread or unease, I want you to think about what is going on in your mind right now. What questions and things are you actually saying to yourself? You know, like what internal monologue is happening here? Are you sort of saying, oh my God, I hope I don't have a panic attack. I hope I don't have a panic attack. I hope I don't have a panic attack. Or is it other things like what if questions? You know, what if it comes back? What if I go back to square one? What if I'm not able to take whatever comes my way? What if I get worse? What if I never recover? You know, all these other what if things. Or is it that you're just not quite sure what to do? You're like, well, I've sort of seen a bit of progress, but I don't know how I should tackle this. Should I do a bit of exposure therapy here? Should I just force myself to be in my house by myself at nighttime? You know, there's a lot going on, but all this stuff which is going on, this can essentially be your key out of this, because you can use that as feedback, as information. You can use that as a guide to help you to realize that these are just anchor events and these are just trigger events, and to help you understand as well that you really are, and the anxiety is too, and your sensitized nervous system is too, you really are magnifying this a lot bigger than what it should be. And it's also the thing probably too, that you are just falling back into your old habits of always catastrophizing or always thinking the worst or always doing the what if, or always following your thoughts when they are more biased to the negative. And so what do you do with this information? So let's say that you've come to the realization that when you are in this moment, you have this dread that you're never going to be able to recover. Now, let's have a look at that. You're saying to yourself, oh my God, this is too intense. I'm never going to be able to recover. So first of all, with that sentence is, who said that rule? You know, who said that that has to be true? And the answer is that you said it. Whatever you've seen and heard and done in the past has all led you to right now coming to that conclusion that you think that you're going to have this forever and you're not going to be able to recover. And so when that thought is going through your mind and you let it run wild unchecked, what do you think that's actually going to do to you and your recovery? It's going to make it a lot more difficult. It's probably going to prolong it a lot more. And also it's just going to give you unnecessary stress and worry, because really the only person in the whole world right now keeping this thought alive is you. And probably you're the only person that believes it as well. So you've made up this sort of rule for yourself that isn't true, and you've also believed it. So it's like a magician. You know, if magic was actually a thing and people could magically pull things out of hats out of nowhere, you've literally done that. You know, you've created this thing literally out of nothing. And so that's worth keeping in mind when you get to that point. And so when you get to that stage, you can just remind yourself and catch yourself and go, hey, whoa, hang on a minute. I just literally said I'm never going to recover. Where did that come from? Why am I thinking that? I've already made so much progress and I've already done this and this and this and this, you know. So it's worth reminding yourself about that. And so my friends, I really hope this video has helped and you have gotten something out of it. If you do have any questions, or if you do want to work with me for one-on-one coaching so I can help you overcome your DPDR and anxiety, then book a free discovery call with me, you know, and let's have a chat and let's see what's going on with you and how I can help you and where you are in your journey right now. But until then, you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.